Commercial content creator Bonnie Blue has been detained by police in Bali over alleged pornographic activities. The British woman was banned from Australia and its schoolies celebrations, heading instead to Indonesia.
Bonnie Blue's sordid adventure to Bali has taken a dramatic twist. The 26-year-old questioned by officers at a police station in Kuta. She was spotted talking to two people, one believed to be a lawyer.
Bonnie Blue really went and did it. She got herself arrested for real this time. This isn't some YouTube setup or a staged TikTok moment. She's sitting in an actual jail cell, locked up by real government officials who have no idea what an OAF collab even means. And the wildest part? She didn't just get in trouble. She pretty much speed ran her way into becoming the most disliked person in an entire country, like she was chasing a world record without even trying. Her whole situation flipped from internet chaos to real-life consequences in seconds. And people everywhere are stunned at how fast everything spiraled. After spending the past year acting like the whole world was her personal adults-only playground, Bonnie decided to roll her famous bang bus. Yes, that viral one everyone has seen all over TikTok, straight into Bali. The wild part, her entire line of work is straight up illegal there, and that's exactly where everything started crashing down. Indonesian authorities confirmed that Bonnie was detained for real over actual graphic content violations, not moral complaints, not internet drama, not someone trying to stir trouble online. These were real charges from a real government that seriously couldn't care less about her follower count or her online fame. The second the police stepped in, the whole vibe switched instantly.
Content creator Bonnie Blue, who'd been offering her services to, quote, barely legal schoolies, has had her Australian visa cancelled. 7 News understands the Department of Home Affairs made the decision because the British woman was advertising the fact she was going to work in Australia despite being on a 12-month visitor visa.
It's easy for her to pull these stunts in the UK or the US, where nobody pays much attention to adult creators. But Asia runs completely different rules. People watching the situation unfold knew right away, yeah, this time she wasn't just in trouble, she was really cooked. The shock hit everyone at once because the moment she crossed into Bali with that bus, it was only a matter of time before everything caught up to her. It's almost the same kind of trouble Vitaly walked into. In places like America, you control people and cause chaos, and the worst you get is a warning. But now, he's been sitting in a Philippines jail for a whole year. And with Bonnie, the situation wasn't even surprising. Her so-called adult content world tour was wild from the start. She kicked things off in the UK, shook up half the country with her antics, then shot over to Australia like nothing happened. And instead of just leaving that bus behind like any normal person would, she actually shipped it across the world like it belonged in some high-security museum case. The dedication was unbelievable. By the time she dragged that thing through multiple continents, it honestly felt like the bus had traveled more than she did. People were joking everywhere, asking the same question. And let's be real, it's a funny one. What do you think has more miles, Bonnie or her bus? The whole situation was so over the top that even her biggest followers were just staring at their screens like, wow. You think that if someone is flying across the world to record adult content in a whole different continent, they'd at least research the local laws, right? Maybe check if what they do for a living is even legal. Maybe ask someone on their team. But nope, Bonnie didn't do any of that. Instead, she hopped on Instagram and posted, "Belly legal boys, I'm in Bali." That wasn't a caption. That was basically a confession. If you didn't already know, Indonesia has some of the strictest anti-adult content laws on the planet. There's no gentle warning. No, hey, can you take this down? Nothing like that. They just show up and arrest you. So when authorities raided her villa, which honestly sounds like the opening scene of a chaotic Netflix documentary, they didn't walk in on Bonnie filming some innocent TikTok.
Are you happy? What's your plan, mate? What's your plan? Any comment?
Any comment, Mr. Green Day?
They stepped into a full setup. Bonnie, a group of foreign men, cameras everywhere, outfits laid out, props stacked up, and more adult supplies than anyone could even begin to count. At this point, people were joking like, who even owns more equipment than Bonnie Blue? It was unbelievable. When you plan, organize, produce, and star in content that's completely illegal in the country you're standing in, you're not catching a flight home or enjoying room service later, You're staying exactly where the police put you. And from that moment on, everyone realized this situation wasn't just messy. It was officially a disaster. And the wildest part, the story somehow got even more ridiculous. Right when everyone thought it couldn't get any crazier, Indonesian authorities announced that Bonnie was facing extra charges because her bus was the wrong color. This actually happened. The official registration said the vehicle was supposed to be white, but Bonnie painted it dark blue and never bothered updating a single document. So now she's in trouble for filming illegal adult content and for giving her bus a makeover without paperwork. Imagine sitting in a foreign jail cell and an officer walks up like, "Well, Bonnie, the adult content is already bad, but the paint job, that's where we draw the line." The whole thing felt like a scene from a comedy movie, except it was real. And the internet. People reacted exactly how you'd expect. They were cheering, laughing, and even begging Indonesian officials to extend her sentence. Every new update made the situation feel even more unbelievable, and folks online couldn't stop talking about how she managed to get hit with one of the strangest extra charges anyone had ever seen. Meanwhile, locals in Bali started speaking up online, pointing out that this situation is way more serious than most people realize. Indonesia has a long history of making examples out of foreigners who break their strict morality laws, and Bonnie isn't just a minor offender. She's basically a walking billboard for everything they've been trying to crack down on. Honestly, right now, Bonnie's situation could go in a few different directions, and none of them are exactly comforting. The most likely outcome? Deportation. They kick her out, slap a ban on her for a few years, and send her home with the world's most awkward airport story. Think headlines everywhere. Bonnie Blue kicked out of Bali. The second possibility is straight up jail time. Indonesia doesn't play when it comes to adult content. Depending on how high profile they think her case is, she could be looking at months or even years behind bars. And the third, probably the worst case scenario, is being stuck in administrative detainment. That's right, no sentence, no deportation, just sitting there for months while authorities figure out what to do with her. Bonnie is probably right now in a tiny cell, thinking, why didn't I just Google 5 simple words? Is adult content illegal in Indonesia? Okay, fine. That's actually 6 words. And that's what makes this story completely insane. For the past 2 years, Bonnie has been flaunting everything. Her millions, her legal team, her management, her influence, acting like she was untouchable. And now, reality has hit, and it's hitting harder than any scandal she's ever posted online. But at the end of the day, none of that even matters because right now, Bonnie is stuck in Bali with zero ability to leave, zero clarity on her case, and zero understanding of just how badly she messed up. Her bus is impounded, her team is detained, and her image totally tanking. Honestly, even before all this, her image was already cooked, but now it's officially toast. And her freedom, completely in the hands of a legal system that does not care about TikTok followers, internet fame, or viral stunts. Here's the thing. In the West, jail sentences are often pretty lenient. In the UK, for example, you could commit some serious crime and get 15 to 20 years. Steal something, probably just a suspended sentence. But in Asia, things are different. Breaking the law can come with serious consequences, sometimes harsh enough to make your head spin. And the shock isn't just about her getting caught, it's about how quickly everything unraveled. Bonnie built this entire persona of being untouchable, flaunting her lifestyle, her parties, her bus, and her global escapades like she was invincible. Fans watched her jet set from one country to another, thinking she had it all figured out. But the second she stepped foot into a country with strict laws, it all came crashing down. Suddenly, the fame, the followers, and the clout meant nothing. She was just another person facing the full force of the law. Imagine going from viral videos and viral trends to locked doors, passport confiscation, and endless questions from authorities who couldn't care less about your online persona. Every flashy TikTok, every brag-filled Instagram story suddenly becomes a piece of evidence stacked against you. And while her fans online were debating whether this was funny, shocking, or deserved, Bonnie herself was probably sitting there realizing that none of her influence could rewrite reality. The rules of the real world are brutal, and no social media status can protect you when a government decides you've crossed the line. This isn't a minor slip-up or an embarrassing moment. This is the kind of situation that could define the next chapter of her life entirely. And right now, she has no control over it. And the ripple effects don't stop with Bonnie herself. Her whole crew is caught up in this chaos too. The Australian guy, the 2 British men, the woman from her team, even if they were just extras in what everyone online is calling the Bonnie cinematic universe, they got pulled into the storm. Their names, faces, and roles are now part of police reports, news articles, and viral threads dissecting every detail of the raid. Meanwhile, the internet is exploding, with every social platform dissecting her missteps, her busts, her props, her wardrobe. Everything is under a microscope. Sponsors, collaborators, and even casual fans are now reconsidering their connection to her. Because when someone gets this level of international attention for illegal activity, it doesn't just vanish after a headline fades. And the stress, imagine being cooped up with no clear end in sight, knowing that every decision, every prop, every costume could be scrutinized by foreign authorities, while millions of people online are judging you in real time. Bonnie's world, once all glitz, glamour, and viral fame, has become a high-stakes legal pressure cooker. And right now, there's no escape hatch, no pause button, no redo. This isn't just a scandal. It's a full-blown international incident. And what makes this whole situation even crazier is how much of a spectacle it's become online. Social media is buzzing nonstop. Memes, videos, theories, and heated debates about every tiny detail of Bonnie's actions. People are dissecting her bust like it's a character in a movie, counting miles, speculating on what's in every prop bag, and even debating which part of the Villa raid was the most iconic moment. Every TikTok, every Instagram clip, every comment thread is feeding the frenzy, turning a legal case into a global soap opera. Meanwhile, Bonnie's name is trending in multiple countries. Her arrest videos are going viral, and every new update feels like it pushes the story further into chaos. Fans and critics alike are glued to the drama, waiting to see if she's deported, jailed, or stuck in limbo. The stakes aren't just legal anymore. It's her entire reputation, her brand, and the carefully curated persona she spent years building, all unraveling live for the world to watch. What started as another scandalous stunt has exploded into a full scale. I actually looked up Indonesia's laws for producing and distributing adult content, and it ranges from 6 months up to a maximum of 15 years in prison. Now, realistically, she probably won't get the max. Maybe a few months or maybe a year while authorities figure out what to do with her. Most likely, she'll be in some kind of detainment while they process everything and eventually deport and ban her. But you never know. They could decide to be strict and make an example out of her. So yeah, Bonnie Blue is officially learning the hard way that internet fame doesn't protect you from real-life consequences. She made her choices, and now the law is calling the shots. What do you think will happen to her? Let me know in the comments below. And if you enjoyed following this insane story, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more updates.